Woman who sees a weird lump in the road is heartbroken to discover what it really is. Sometimes people adopt cats and dogs without realizing the serious amount of work that goes into caring for those animals. Because they are unable to care for themselves, they rely on the people who bring them into their families to keep them safe, happy, and nurtured. Sadly, pet owners occasionally fall short of this ideal, or ignore it completely. Instead of grooming them, loving them, and providing them with a safe space, these pet owners leave them to fend for themselves. Sadly, the animals end up suffering at the hands of the very people meant to provide for them. When pets turn out to be too much responsibility, it can lead to neglect. What can happen to these animals when there is no one around to care for them is something one woman in New York realized all too well. Animals like dogs and cats rely on their coats to help keep them warm in cold conditions, and to help protect their skin. Since they don't willingly wear clothes, animals rely on their coats. That's why it can be dangerous when they become long, dirty, and matted. Some breeds of dogs and cats are more prone to getting matted than other breeds. The combination of the texture of their hair with their natural oils produced by their bodies can make matting something that happens incredibly easily. These animals depend on their owners to keep their coats in good condition. While some animals are more susceptible to matting than others, it can happen to any dog or cat. The odds of serious matting issues increase when an animal is neglected or abandoned by their owner and left to fend for themselves. Serious cases of matting can leave some animals totally unrecognizable. Matting isn't just a cosmetic problem either. Matted fur can make a perfect home for any number of creepy, crawly insects. Plus, the tighter the mats are to the skin, the higher the risk of infection. Matted fur can also make it impossible for animals to walk or even see where they are going. Of course, animals with severe matting can pose unique issues to those who are trying to help them. A woman in Hampton Bays, New York, was driving home one night when she spotted something strange on the side of the road. At first, she thought it was a pile of garbage, but when she got closer, she noticed the matted fur. It was only when the woman took a closer look that she realized it wasn't a pile of trash at all. It was a cat with matted fur. This poor animal was in such bad shape that she'd lost the ability to even walk. The woman gathered her in her arms and rushed her to the Southampton Animal Shelter Foundation, SASF. She had pounds of added hair. It was the worst matted cat I'd ever seen in my 7 years with the shelter, said Linda Goldsmith, head of the Advocat program at SASF. The mats were so bad she was unable to walk or hardly move. The staff at SASF named the cat Scarlet and got to work trying to give her all the help that she needed. They discovered that Scarlet was infested with fleas, ticks, and ear mites. She was also badly dehydrated and starving. They guessed that she was about 15 years old and had been on her own for quite some time. Eventually, the team was able to remove the massive amount of mats covering Scarlet to reveal the beautiful cat, who was hiding underneath all of that fluff. They were able to treat all of her other ailments and restore Scarlet to good health. Still, the folks at SASF were afraid that they would not be able to find a forever home for Scarlet. She had been through so much. However, they were delighted when a family arrived to meet her and fell in love with the kitty on the spot. They quickly adopted her and made her a permanent part of their home. Kudos to the Good Samaritan who spotted Scarlet on the side of the road. Without her intervention and ability to tell that the object she saw was indeed a living creature, this poor animal would never have gotten the happy ending she so richly deserved.